Next, we'll go through the connection process and basic settings of the printer. After opening the software, click Printer Settings on the top right. For the printer type, please select S400. Then, go to the Connection tab and choose the corresponding COM port. In the Extruder tab, check the nozzle diameter. And in the Specification tab, verify printing rate. Make sure everything is set correctly, then click OK to complete the settings. Next, click Connected on the top left. The icon will change from red to green and the log field will display several lines of code. If you see bingo, it means the connection is successful. However, if a failure window appears, please check whether the equipment is properly connected to the computer with the cable and powered on. Remember, the equipment can only be connected to the software when it's powered on. If the connection issue persists, try restarting the software or changing the COM port, then connect again. Next, we'll introduce the general functions of the software. In the Object tab, you can import the model, as well as rotate, move, or scale it. In the Slicer tab, you can modify parameters and slice the model. In the Preview tab, you can check the travel lines for printing, estimate printing time, and estimate material consumption. In the Manual Control tab, you can operate the movement of the X, Y, and Z axis, as well as control the extrusion of the E, I, and J axis. Also includes the homing function and valve control options. In the Advanced tab, you can load the G-code file generated by Cura and convert it into the format required by the Silicone 3D printer. The Emergency Stop button, located at the top right, allows you to immediately stop the printer in case of issues or improper operation. Next, we'll use G-code to check the status of the sensors. In the Manual Control tab, enter M119 in the G-code input field and send the command. The result will be displayed in the log field. Under normal condition, when the X and Y axes are at the origin, the sensor should show a green light. X-min and Y-min will display triggered in the log field. Once the X and Y axes move away from the origin, the green light will disappear. And if you enter M119 again, X-min and Y-min will display open. Click Home X and Home Y, and the nozzle holder will move back to the origin point. To test the status of the Z sensor, you can use a nozzle or a wrench to touch it. When the sensor is touched, it will show a red light. And Z-min will display trigger in the log field. When the sensor is not touched, the red light will disappear and Z-min will display open. Then, click Z plus 10 and Z minus 10 to test if the Z-axis moves smoothly. Next, we'll test the valve's open and close function. Use a hexagonal wrench to remove the nuts on the cover. Slide both covers horizontally to remove them. Click Open both and observe whether the pointers of the component is horizontally pointing to the right. Click Close both and the pointer should rotate 45 degrees, indicating that the valve is functioning properly. Next, we'll test the extruder motor operation. Check all extruder axes. Select the check boxes for E, I, J, and K axes. Click plus 105 times in a row and observe whether the threads on the top of the machine slightly move forward. After the motor stops, click Home E, Home I, Home J, and Home K in sequence. Observe whether the thread moves backward and then stop in order. At this point, the equipment inspection is complete.